The mainstream media has been accused of biased reporting against Christians, portraying them in a negative light and often misrepresenting their beliefs and values. This phenomenon is not limited to a specific region or country, but is a widespread issue that affects Christians globally. There are several reasons why the mainstream media lies about Christians, including a lack of understanding, a secular agenda, and a desire to shape public opinion. One of the primary reasons for the mainstream media's biased reporting against Christians is a lack of understanding about the Christian faith. Many journalists and media personalities are not familiar with Christian teachings, practices, and values, and as a result, they often rely on stereotypes and misconceptions. This lack of understanding leads to inaccurate and misleading reporting, which can perpetuate negative attitudes towards Christians. For example, the media often portrays Christians as intolerant and judgmental, when in fact, the Christian faith emphasizes love, compassion, and acceptance. Another reason for the mainstream media's biased reporting against Christians is a secular agenda. Many media outlets have a secular worldview, which emphasizes the separation of church and state and often views religion as a private matter. As a result, they may be hostile to Christian values and beliefs, which they see as a threat to their secular ideology. This hostility can manifest in biased reporting, where Christians are portrayed as extremist or fundamentalist, and their views are dismissed or ridiculed. For instance, the media often criticizes Christians for their stance on issues such as abortion, same-sex marriage, and religious freedom, portraying them as outdated and intolerant. The mainstream media also lies about Christians in order to shape public opinion. By portraying Christians in a negative light, the media can influence public perception and shape cultural attitudes. This can be particularly effective in a society where people are increasingly reliant on the media for information and entertainment. For example, the media's coverage of high-profile cases involving Christians, such as the baker who refused to make a cake for a same-sex wedding, can create a negative impression of Christians in the public mind. The media's biased reporting can also create a sense of fear and mistrust among non-Christians, leading to increased persecution and discrimination against Christians. Furthermore, the mainstream media's lies about Christians can have serious consequences, including the marginalization and persecution of Christians. In some countries, Christians face significant persecution and violence, and the media's biased reporting can exacerbate these problems. For instance, in countries such as Egypt and Iraq, Christians have faced violent attacks and discrimination, and the media's portrayal of Christians as a threat to national security or stability can fuel these tensions. In Western countries, the media's biased reporting can also lead to discrimination against Christians, particularly in the workplace and in public life. In addition, the mainstream media's lies about Christians can also have a profound impact on Christian communities themselves. When Christians are portrayed in a negative light, it can lead to feelings of isolation and marginalization among Christian communities. This can be particularly damaging for young Christians who may feel pressure to hide their faith or conform to secular values. The media's biased reporting can also create divisions within Christian communities, as some Christians may feel forced to apologize for or hide their faith in order to avoid social ridicule or rejection. In conclusion, the mainstream media lies about Christians for a variety of reasons, including a lack of understanding, a secular agenda, and a desire to shape public opinion. The consequences of this biased reporting can be serious, including the marginalization and persecution of Christians. It is essential for Christians to be aware of these biases and to take steps to counter them, including engaging with the media and promoting a more accurate and balanced portrayal of the Christian faith. By doing so, Christians can help to promote greater understanding and respect for their faith, and create a more inclusive and tolerant society for all. Ultimately, the mainstream media has a responsibility to report accurately and fairly on all individuals and groups, including Christians, and to promote a culture of respect and understanding.